What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe's Story. I'm Captain Great Value, and I'm going to tell stories that I've heard from friends or read on the internet. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Okay, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about real funny stories found on Quora.com. It's going to be a variety of stories that I've handpicked out of all the other stories here in Quora. This first one is going to be about Google vending machines by Jeff Nelson. He wrote, Google is infamous for its free food. At one time, there was a free breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as a full stock bins of every kind of nuts, candy bars, and soda you could possibly imagine. It was like a trip to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. One morning, everyone arrives at work to find one of the refreshment stations replaced by a vending machine. You have never seen anyone so upset as a Google engineer who has to pay for his own soda. The uproar inside of Google has never been greater, before or since. The facilities head in charge of running the refreshment stations wrote a very polite note to the company-wide mailing list along these lines. I would like to have a chat with whoever put the vending machines in the public area of the main building. I have received over 2,000 emails from your fellow employees expressing great concern about it. The vending machine was a practical joke by someone with way too much time on their hands. So thank you, Jeff, for that amazing story. I can imagine if I'm an engineer for Google, and I'm used to getting free food every day for my lunch or breakfast or anything like that. I guess I would be pretty upset if all of a sudden they just started putting vending machines in. But you know what? Wow. Props to the guy who had that much time in his hands to go and actually buy his own vending machines, put them in there, and then find a way to, you know, throw away or store the food that was free for everybody. I don't know how someone really could do that. So very, very interesting. But yeah, pretty good story. Thank you, Jeff. All right. Well, this next one here is by Chandon Trahan. He did not title it, so I went ahead and put one. I put "Why Not to Be in the Friend Zone." As you all may have seen growing up, or later on in life, maybe a guy that seems a little too chummy with his girl, like he's going out of his way to laugh about silly things or anything like that. You may notice he might be just the friend. So let's go ahead and on with the story here. Chandran says, This is 100% a true story. My friends and I had used this as a joke for a very long time. It was during my engineering days. My then roommate, let's call him R, and perhaps my closest friend, was an extremely simple guy with very poor communication skills. We were a part of an all-guys gang comprising of 6 members. Like most engineering guys, we 6 did not have any girlfriends, and as a self-defense mechanism, we considered ourselves to be too cool to have one. However, deep inside, we hated the fact that most part of our day was spent around gaming consoles and laptops. Now, R had a secret crush on a girl, let's call her G. G had what most of the desired girls in engineering college have, a douchebag boyfriend syndrome. I need not explain what a douchebag boyfriend syndrome is for my engineering friends, but for others, it's an acute condition in which a girl has a boyfriend who does not understand her and treats her like dirt, but the girl clings on to him. Their relationship would make no sense to anybody except the girl herself. Through in the final stages, it usually results in a breakup, but till that happens, boys can only pray for a chance. It was sophomore year when G finally split up with her douchebag boyfriend and was going through a devastated stage. R took the opportunity on her vulnerability and became good friends to her. After almost a month or so, R gathered the courage and finally expressed his feelings to her. She was surprised by this and all the standard dialogues that friend zone guys who try to escape the friend zone hear were exchanged between them. She told him she was not ready for any relationship then. Days passed. R and G became good friends. Though R kept saying he sees her as a friend too, deep inside he wanted her to be his girlfriend. One evening, our all guys gang was having drinks. R was 6 pegs down already, and the side effects of excessive drinking had started showing, as he admitted how much he liked G and wanted to be with her. So here are some rules about drinking. Rule 1 of drinking: if you have drunk more than what you can count in one hand, or if you have more than 10 seconds to guess how many drinks you've had, never open your mouth to talk. Rule 2 of drinking: if you are drinking with someone who is going through the above mentioned condition and or are suffering from the above mentioned condition yourself, never give any life advice. That night both the above mentioned rules were broken. R was drunk, yet he talked and we gave him advice. We convinced him how calling her and telling her the truth was the best solution for him. In our defense, R was not forced to follow our advice. He is an independent, matured, and responsible person, and he could have declined our advice and freely left the party. So R called, instead of dialing G, he dialed G Dad. Drunk as he was, he started talking even before hearing a hello from the other side, and told G's dad everything about what he felt. It wasn't difficult for her dad to figure out he was drunk, and that instead of calling G, he had called him. Ah, rough night it was. Oblivious of the fact how R had secured himself the first position in our college's list of dumbest proposals ever, he hung up and went to sleep. Next day was a mess. G's dad came to meet him, actually to warn him. A million apologies could not suffice. He was super bummed. R's parents were also informed. It was a nice drama to watch from the other end, and for almost a week before it became one of the funniest incidents of our college life. There's some things that I don't understand personally, like why were R's parents informed? If this guy's in college, there's no need for that. Again, it could be a different culture thing where parents are definitely involved even after high school or, grade school. But anyways, there you have it. Lesson learned: not to be in the friend zone if you don't want to be there. If you like a girl and you don't have the courage to tell her that you like her, don't be a friend, as it can only make things worse. I'm not going to be saying that you don't have to have a girl for a friend. If you want to do that and you have no feelings involved whatsoever and you consider her like a sister or a brother or anything like that, hey, more power to you. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'll also be showing a quick clip of somebody who's trying to get out of that awkward situation of a friend zone.
Are you okay?
Yeah, totally psyched for you.
Really? Okay, good. I'm glad we're friends.
Me too. Friends.
Friends forever.
Yay!
What a great video. Did you guys catch the awkwardness at the end? Yay! Who wants to be doing that? Honestly, you guys, don't put yourself in that situation if you don't want to be in it. So don't be a friend to a girl that you actually like. Okay, moving on to the next one. In this last story of ours, we have the Toothpaste Accident, which is by Aditya Desai. The story goes, four of us friends had gone for a bike trip to the beachside. We stayed in a hotel room for the night. In the morning, two of us got up early and left for the beach. So it was me and this guy, A, in the room. So A woke me up and went to wash his face. I was sitting in my bed in half awake. He took his brush and his toothpaste and went to the bathroom and started brushing. He was standing in front of the sink and the bathroom door was open. And then all of a sudden I heard a shouting, "Do, do, do, do." The brush soon came flying out of the bathroom. The spitting continued for the next 5 minutes. Then there was gargling over and over again. Fully awake by now, I gathered that something went wrong, but couldn't imagine what it was. Then A came out and gave me a sheepish look. Some cursing in a different language. Dude, I put Automist, a mosquito repellent cream, on my brush instead of the toothpaste. I laughed and rolled on the bed laughing, and then came his conclusion. Now I know why mosquitoes don't dare bite when we put this stuff on. It tastes like dirt, man. That is a pretty good story. I don't know. how many times total it's happened to me before, but it's happened at least once that I accidentally, mistakenly used like a Bengay or some other tube cream that I have around where the toothpaste is. That I have actually accidentally used something else. Of course, I didn't exaggerate that bad, but you know what? It happens, and it can be pretty funny. I understand right there that, hey, you see someone spitting toothpaste all over the place and making a big deal about it. It's pretty hilarious. But if it hasn't happened to you, you might not have a really great idea about it. But yeah, there's gagging involved, and there's disgust and drinking of all kinds of other liquids to get the taste out of your mouth. But you know what? Great job on that story, Aditya. Appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you guys for listening to this story. Thank you so much for watching. And if you really like this content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next one.